Hi, I'm Noel. I'm a community manager in the video games industry, and I believe that a conversation can change a life. I'm a community manager at a large video games company. I've also been a freelance gaming journalist. I have been a collector of video game consoles for about the last 20 or so years. I am a massive fan of events, the industry, and using video games as a force for good. And yeah, I just love video games, really. I'm just a massive video gaming nerd. Just from personal experience, I have been through some very rough times myself, and I got to some pretty bad, I'll be honest. But it was thanks to some friends actually reaching out to me and checking on me and asking if I was okay, because I suppose being the age I am, I grew up in the environment of, have a cup of concrete, or someone's got it worse than you, and all those sort of very stereotypical responses for grown men. But yeah, I was sort of holding a lot inside, and they just asked me how I was doing, and they sort of realized I was holding back, and they pushed me a little bit, and they finally had a one-to-one conversation with me, and I let out a few things. We spoke for a while, and then I actually started seeking professional help, and it helped me a lot. Look for anything that might be like a change of mood or a change of behavior. I have had a few friends who have struggled a bit in the past, and I've just noticed them acting a bit off, or them acting not themselves. It's just good to sort of ask them if they're okay and pull them aside for a bit of a chat. Potentially not seeing them online for an extended period of time. I mean, obviously people do get busy with life, but if you know someone who's incredibly passionate about what they're doing and the games they play, and suddenly they just drop away without any signs or any conversation, that could be one sign. Even when they're playing, if they are online, you see them in game, and you can hear their conversations and they're not positive, or they're potentially very self-detrimental or something along those sort of lines, then maybe time to have that conversation with them. If I want to approach that conversation with a friend or somebody, I will find somewhere that's pretty neutral territory, so somewhere they're going to feel comfortable, somewhere that's not going to be like too loud or too noisy where you're going to lose parts of the conversation or meaning of the conversation. You really want it to be heartfelt, you want to be able to be understandable, you want them to feel comfortable while they're talking to you about it, because you're going to want them to open up. Pay attention to what they're saying, don't try and be distracted, don't belittle or minimize what they're feeling. Try and make sure that what you're listening to and what you're saying back to them is relatable to them. You can't always sympathize, you can empathize though. You may not have an answer for them, but you can always potentially try and help them in the right direction by giving them the right resources, or even just being a shoulder for them to talk to, or a shoulder to cry on. It's very important to keep the dialogue open between you and your friend, especially after you've had that initial conversation with them. You can't just say it and forget about it. You have to make sure you check in with them, and that's going to be because they may not feel comfortable talking to someone professionally yet. They may feel comfortable talking to you, so whilst you can't offer them professional support, you can at least be that shoulder they can lean on for a short period of time until they find their own way to continue that conversation with other people or someone in a professional sense. But you can check in like daily, weekly, however much they and you feel comfortable doing, just to make sure they're all right. So when you notice someone's off their game, trust the signs, trust your gut, ask if they're okay, because you never know, it could change somebody's life.